Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Pilates for Easter. I'm just trying to get my laptop straight. Sorry for the wobbly laptop. So, I know people might not be able to join because it's Easter Sunday. So, happy Easter, everyone. I know it's a bit of a strange one. So, I hope that you're all well and able to be with your family online. If they're not already in the comfort of your own house. So, as you know, I've just launched my YouTube channel, Cathlates. So this video, although we're live streaming on Facebook, will appear on YouTube hopefully tonight, and we'll have loads of stuff there for the kiddos, and also for people who have joint conditions. We'll do some chair lattes. But if there's anything you like or don't like or want more of, just go ahead and message me on the YouTube channel or Facebook or Twitter at Catherine Lido. Okay, so that being said, we are going to use a band today. If you don't have a Pilates band at home, you can use a pair of tights. Blokes, if you don't have tights, you might have tights. I'm no judge, so you could always use a pair of tights or something else that some other kind of exercise band that's stretchy. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I can see that we don't really have a lot of people joining, but we're going to go ahead and get started anyway. So come on to the center of your mat. And we'll pick up the band right from the start, if that's okay. And we're going to go ahead and find our Pilates posture. So to do this, we start with our feet together. We pull our toes into a V. We pull our heels into parallel, and we bend our knees nice and soft. We tuck our pelvis under, and we roll our shoulders up, back, and down. So if you've gone ahead and watched my introductory video, you'll be, pretty familiar with finding the Pilates posture. The last step is to pull the chin in over the spine and pretend that there's balloons tied to sort of almost the back of your ponytail. Again, gentlemen, you might not have a ponytail, but you imagine that floating to the ceiling. So hopefully you can still see me all the way from my feet. Maybe cut off my bunny ears, which I'll take off in a moment anyway. But we're going to start with the dumb waiter. If you don't have a band, it's okay. You can do this without the band. But you want to put the band behind you if you have one and hold it in your fist facing up. So we're going to combine the pelvic floor engagement and the lateral breathing with our first move. So pull the shoulders away from the ears, breathe deep and wide into the back of the lungs to begin. And as you exhale, think of closing the pelvic floor, pulling it up and squeezing your belly button to spine as your fists come together. Then we inhale, we rotate the fists out, but they stay facing the ceiling. And now you squeeze between your shoulder blades. Exhale, come to a T shape. Shoulders move away from your ears. It's maybe slightly in front of a T. If you wiggle your fingers, you can see them in your peripheral vision. Inhale, glue those elbows back into your waist. Exhale, pull the pelvic floor up, belly button comes to the spine as the fists close together. Inhale, rotate out. Feel the squeeze between the shoulder blades. Exhale, shoulders move down and away from your ears, belly button still against your spine, pelvic floor lifted as you come to your T. Inhale, elbows to waist. Exhale, zip and hollow so the fists come together. Inhale, rotate out, elbows glued to the waist. Exhale, T shape. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze, zip and hollow like I'm going to punch you in the abdomen. I'm not going to really. Inhale, rotate out. Exhale, T. Now we're just going to do a couple into the waist and back to your T. So I want you to think about your shoulder blades and your elbows make a W shape here, and then exhale to T. Inhale, W, exhale, T. Inhale, W, exhale, T. Hold your T here. not your cup of tea, but hopefully it's your cup of tea. I want you to exhale and spread your scapula, but keep the shoulders away from the ears. Then come back to neutral. Now, watch my shoulders. They don't rise up as we squeeze our wings together and then back to neutral. So as you exhale, the movement comes from your scapula. You spread them apart. Back to neutral. Exhale, squeeze them together. Back to neutral. Watch me from the side. So we go. Spread the wings. Inhale, neutral. Squeeze the wings. Inhale, neutral. Last time. Spread your wings. Back to neutral. Squeeze your wings. Back to neutral. Okay, you can release the band. So it's not a big move, and the whole time your belly button is pulled in and up. Let's go ahead and do functional squats. If you've got your band, you're going to stand on it. If you have a pair of pantyhose or tights, feel free to use those. Or otherwise, just use your own body weight. We want to make sure that our feet are hip distance apart again. So if you put your guns on your hips and you shoot them down, you should shoot off your big toe. So your feet are hip distance apart. Your pelvis is tucked slightly under, so your tailbone's headed to the floor. And then you're going to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. You pull your pelvic floor up like you're holding onto a peepee, and your belly button is glued against your spine. For the first squat, you can just come even a few inches down. You don't have to come far. We inhale to prepare. Exhale. Somebody puts a fish hook through your spine and they pull your belly button back. You lead with the belly button as you sit back in your chair. Your back is nice and straight. If you can see yourself in the camera, you should have a nice straight arrow of a back. Inhale into your ribs. Push through the heels, squeeze through the pelvic floor, and rise up to standing. The arms come behind you. You don't have to come down far if you've got bad knees. If your knees are okay, you're aiming for parallel. Inhale. Squeeze hip and hollow like you're zipping up jeans. Somebody pulls your belly button back. Your pelvic floor is lifted. The arms can float in front of you. The back is nice and flat. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale into the back of the ribs. Squeeze through the heels. Exhale to come up to standing. Rise up to your toes if you want. Belly button tight. Inhale. Exhale, sit back. Slowly, mindfully, the belly button is glued to the spine, aiming for parallel. Inhale into the ribs. Wiggle your toes so that all the weight's in the heels as you push to stand. Rise to your toes if you want. You don't have to. Inhale. Exhale, sit back. Hold it here if you can. Again, you don't have to be this far down, but we're going to do tiny pulses from the heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you can, keep going or stop when you want. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Inhale. Squeeze through the heels. Push to your toes if you want, or feet flat on the floor. Tiny pulses of the fist to the ceiling. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Shoulders away from the ears. Ribs knit together. Belly button to the spine. Fist to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Fist to the ceiling. Last time. Inhale. Everything's tight. Fist to the ceiling. Shoulders away from the ears. Abdomen tight. And release. Woo! So I went for a run before this, and I'm actually dying. I'm sure some of you are a little bit fitter than I, but I'm really glad to have a few people here joining me. I hope that wasn't putting you off, that first one on my bunny ears. Okay, so that's our warm-up. We're going to go ahead and roll straight down to 4-point kneeling because I've got quite a bit of floor work planned for us, okay? Remember, if you've got bad knees, you want to have a towel or a cushion or roll your mat up. If you've got bad wrists, again, you can use a towel or roll the end of your mat. But right now, we're going to roll down and open up each of our vertebrae. So I do this every week. This is the nicest part of our week. You don't need a band. Hello, Shell. Hello, my lovely people. Okay, so to do our roll down, we're going to pretend like our spine is against the wall. In fact, you can do this against the wall if you want, with your feet about 6 inches away from the wall. But let's pretend, okay? So start with your feet together. Pull your toes into a V, your heels into parallel, tuck your pelvis under, shoulders go up, back, and down. Everything's nice and in line. Your ears over your shoulders, over your hip, over your ankle. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Roll the shoulders up and away from your imaginary wall as each vertebrae opens. You can walk the fingers down the thighs if you like, but the top of the head is heavy and the belly button's pulling to the ceiling. So you don't have to come far, but you really want to develop space in your vertebrae. Shake your head yes and no. Let all the tension out. Yes and no. And inhale into the back of the ribs. And as you exhale, tuck your pelvis under first. Before you restack any vertebrae, you can walk the fingers up. But try and imagine each vertebrae making contact with the wall. And when you reach the top, your shoulders will melt down and the back of your head grows tall. We don't look up. We just float to the ceiling and get nice and tall. So take your time. There's no such thing as too slow in Pilates, only too fast. Inhale. Knees are soft, belly button to spine. Drop the chin to the chest. The shoulders roll up and away from your imaginary wall. Like somebody's pouring warm water over your back and each vertebrae opens up. When you get to the bottom, you can grab hold of opposite elbows and deepen the stretch and shake your head yes and no and yes and no. And inhale into the back of the ribs. And as we exhale, firmly tuck that pelvis under first. Belly button glued to the spine and each vertebrae finds its home. And I think at this point the ears want to come off. I'm shaking the ears off. On this last one, we're going to do the same exact thing, but at the bottom, we're going to walk out to 4-point kneeling. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it. But just roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Tuck that pelvis under, belly button to spine, like you're zipping up your jeans. Inhale. Exhale. Chin to the chest. Shoulders roll up and away from your imaginary wall. You can walk the fingers down, but the belly button pulls to the ceiling. And the upper body just deflates. And when you get to the bottom, shake your head yes and no. Let all the tension out, yes and no. And then bend your knees and we walk out to our 4-point kneeling. So for your 4-point kneeling, I want you to think about, well, hopefully you can maybe see yourself in your little video camera. If you do it on Zoom, you certainly can, but your knees are underneath your hips, okay? So that is a perpendicular line to the floor, and your wrists are underneath your shoulders. It's probably a little further in than you're used to. Most exercise happens like this, but see how my thighs are no longer perpendicular? Walk them in. Shoulders away from the ears and belly button to the spine. I know I've just eaten a lovely Easter dinner. So there's only so much we can do here. But think of your back like a tabletop, okay? Nice flat back, belly button to spine, no arch, no horses here. We're going to move slowly into our angry cat. Inhale into the ribs to prepare. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, lower back heads to the sky. Mid back. Spread your scapula, press into the floor, finally drop the head, angry, angry, angry cat, inhale. Exhale, the tailbone unfolds, and we stretch it out. When we get to the bottom, it's like somebody's pulling our ponytail in one direction and our tailbone in the other. Sorry, those of you who don't have hair. Inhale again. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under first, lower back to the sky, mid-back. Spread your scapula, press into the ground, drop your head, angry, 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 inhale. Exhale. Unfold. So now we're going to move our angry cat, okay? We're going to go to an angry cat, sit back towards a child's pose. We're going to bend our elbows straight down to the mat, nose skims along the mat, and then we press straight up and rock our weight back. Listen, your nose doesn't have to touch the mat, and your nose doesn't have to go in front of your hands. Those are just ways to make it more challenging. So listen to your body, okay? Just go as low as your body is comfortable. If your knees hurt, stick some pillows or whatever underneath them, okay? And listen to your body. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Squeeze the belly button to the spine, pelvic floor up. Go to your angry cat. Angry, 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 angry. Inhale. Sit back towards a child's pose, but don't rest on your heels. Just stretch the spine. Exhale. Elbows bend straight down towards the mat, but not on the mat. Nose skims in front of the hands if you can. Elbows tucked into the body, and push straight up. Rock it back. So the elbows are glued to your ribs. Let's try it again. We don't arch our back at the bottom either, okay? So our back stays nice and flat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, move to angry cat. This is when your spine can round up. Inhale, stretch as you move to sit towards your child's pose, but don't rest. Exhale, elbows bend straight down. Nose comes in front of the hands. The back is flat. The elbows are tucked in. Push straight up and rock it back. One more time in this direction, and then we'll reverse. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze hip and hollow and move to angry cat. Inhale, sit back and stretch, but don't rest, just hover. Exhale, elbows straight towards the mat, but not on the mat. Nose skims in front of the hands if you can, and push straight up. Rock it back. So this time, our elbows still bend straight back, okay? And by the way, this can be hard on your wrist, so you can go ahead and just roll up the end of your mat or use a pool noodle, whatever's comfortable, or take a child's pose, whatever you like. But this time, we're going to bend and lower the forehead to the mat first, okay? So let's just reverse it. Inhale, lower the forehead straight to the mat, elbows bend towards your knees. Exhale, back to your child's pose. Inhale, round it up. Exhale, unfold like we did at the beginning. Somebody pulls your tailbone in one direction, top of the head in the other, the shoulders pull away from the ears, the belly button's tight. This is a difficult, mindful move here. I'm stretching my spine. Inhale, squeeze the pin hollow and lower the forehead down. Nose can come a little bit in front of the hands if you want more challenge. Elbows glued to the ribs. Exhale, back towards your child's pose, but don't rest. Inhale, round it up. Exhale, tabletop. Last time. Bring your nose a little bit forward if you want more challenge. Elbows glued to the ribs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, round it up to angry cat. Exhale, tabletop. We're going to do the first original direction one last time. We have the option there to pause and pulse. If you're going to pulse, look at my spine. We don't want to do this. We're not doing any cobra type move. We want nice straight back, belly button to the spine, pulse through the hands, okay? Leave it up to you. If you don't want to do any pulses, just hit a child's pose at any point. Have a look through your legs. Are they still underneath your hips? Inhale to prepare. Last tabletop, I promise. Exhale, move to angry cat. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, elbows bend towards the ground, nose skims in front of the hands if you can. Glue the elbows in, tiny pulses through the palm of your hand. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you can, keep going or stop when you want. And 5, 4, 3, 2, push straight up. Rock it back. If you fell on your face, that's okay. Child's pose or whatever is comfortable to rest. Super powerful one for your triceps. Super, super powerful. That is a lot of weight to put on our tiny, tiny muscle. Okay. So we're going to do some C-shaped spines or reverse sit-ups, whatever you like to call them. And to do this, I think I'll face this way. Sometimes I face that way, sometimes this way. And I'm going to go ahead and do it with my legs slightly bent. But remember, you have options here as well. If you've got a bad lower back, tuck a blanket or the edge of your mat or a felt piece of foam under your tailbone. Just like literally under your tailbone so you can't roll too far back, okay? If you've got a very strong lower back, you can straighten the legs as long as they're hip distance apart, okay? You've got 3 levels to work here. You've got level 1 holding on to the back of your legs the whole time, level 2 out here, and level 3 here. But I'm going to use the band. Pick your poison. If it ever gets difficult, just hold onto the back of your knees. What matters here is that you roll your pelvis under and slouch first to create a C shape where your abs sit right up against your spine, especially your lower transverse abdominals need to glue right up against your spine. Again, somebody's taking a fish hook and they're pulling you through your spine to sit backwards, okay? So sit nice and tall in your sit bones. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. If you don't have a band, you don't need one. If you've got a band, join me. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Squeeze the pelvic floor, belly button to the spine, roll the pelvis under and slouch first. Now you can roll back. Stop where you feel comfortable. The weight's on your sit bones and you're not going to wobble. Inhale into the ribs. Exhale, twist from the ribs to face me. Pull your elbow back. Inhale, return. Exhale away. Inhale, return. Do it again. Twist from the ribs. Inhale, return. Exhale away. Inhale, return. Exhale, bring the forehead over the knees, increase the C shape of the spine, and scoop through to sit tall. So the reason we don't lead with the shoulders is if you watch, if I lead with the shoulders, I create this horrible poochie shape with my abs. And yes, I know I have Brussels sprouts again for dinner, but nobody wants that shape. We don't want to lead with the shoulders. We're leading with the belly button. Gotcha? Let's do it again. Remember, the further down the band you hold, always the more challenging it is. The closer to the end, the easier. Also, twist from the ribs, not from the shoulders. It's like wringing out a flannel. Here we go. We're going to do 3 this time. Roll your shoulders up, back and down, nice and tall in the sit bones. Inhale to prepare. Squeeze up and hollow and roll the pelvis under to slouch and then roll back on your hip bones. Inhale. Twist from the ribs to face me. Inhale, return. Twist away. Inhale, return. Do it again to me. Return. Away. Return. Last time to me. Return. Away. Return. Bring the forehead over the knees. Scoop through to sit tall. Okay? So we're going to do one last one. With the band or without the band, we're going to bring both fists to the front and open the arms for a peekaboo. Also, this makes me laugh, and I'm very sad that I can't see you guys. This is my favorite one. If you join us at Zen2 Yoga on a Wednesday, I can see you. We can do it on Zoom, so we can all take part together. Ready? Last one. Inhale to prepare. Pull that pelvic floor up. Squeeze the vajayjay. Roll under. Roll back. Stop where you feel comfortable. It doesn't have to be low. Inhale into the back of the ribs. Twist to me with both fists and open them up. Peekaboo. Inhale, return. Don't let the hips wobble. Twist away with both fists and peekaboo. Twist to me. Peekaboo. Inhale, return. Twist away. Peekaboo. Last time. Inhale to prepare. Twist from the ribs and open. Return. Last one. Inhale. Twist. Open. Return. Exhale. Forehead over the knees. You can extend the arms behind you if you want. Scoop through to sit tall. Yay! So let me just make sure there's no comments that I'm missing. So the next thing that we're going to do has 3 options, okay? We're going to do a single leg stretch. You probably see a lot of this in the gym. I know there's a lot in Les Mills, body pump, sort of single leg stretch and cross crawl, that sort of thing. So I'm going to give you 3 options. I'll show you the Pilates way to get into the position, but then there's 2 levels as well if that's not comfortable, okay? I want you to think about it. It's not what we do here this hour that matters. It's taking these principles out into the way you sit, stand, and the other exercises that you do, okay? So if we're sitting, this is the first way to get into the position. You can try it with me if you want. We lift one leg, we lift the second leg, we roll the pelvis under, and we come to like our first rib, really like a turtle, and we'll do a single leg stretch this way. Okay, but if that's not comfortable, put your hands behind you and roll down first. See, so you've sunk your lower back, but your ribs are up, and lift your legs. Okay, but the last one, if this isn't comfortable, if this hurts your neck or whatever, you can just lay down. Okay, but we're going to do the single leg stretch. So pick what you can't do though, unfortunately. You can't lay down and then decide you want to come back up. You can't come here and then decide you want to come back up. You can always lower down a level, but you can't come back up a level if you understand what I mean. So let's go ahead and practice the hands for single leg stretch first. Sit nice and tall on our sit bones like we were before. Tap your opposite knee and the outside of that same knee. Then switch. Tap your opposite knee and outside of that knee. Then switch. Let's try and breathe in, out, out. In, out, out. That's what we're going to do. Pick your poison, okay? You can join me for the turtle top. You can rest your elbows or you can rest your upper body. Inhale. If you want to join me, we lift one leg, other leg, sink the lower back. Option to do the elbows, okay? We're going to go. I want you to breathe in twice and then flatten the belly button down. In, out, out. We're looking between the thighs and the belly button's glued. Shoulders away from the ears. Legs are nice and long. In. Couple more. Hold the knees and hug them in. Very good. And of course, you can lead to a cross crawl. We'll build up to that. And of course, all of that is leading up to the hundreds, which is something we like to do. But before we do that, let's go ahead and just do some hip rolls. So to do our leg lifts, I think you've done these with me before, unless this is your first Pilates. I want you to roll your pelvis on the ground so your tailbone sits nice and flat. So think about your pubic bone and your hip bones in the same plane, okay? It's almost like a triangle. I know we've got our abdomen in the middle, but the pubic bone and the hip bone sit in the same plane, and we do not want them to rock, okay? You can put your fingertips on hips, thumbs on ribs. Magic square. Remember this magic square? It doesn't move. Inhale to prepare. Pelvic floor up, belly button to spine, and float one knee to 90 degrees. If you put your fingertips on top, Your thigh should sit straight down in the sit bone, and then have a look at your shin. Is it parallel to the floor? Probably needs to come down a little. Now, inhale at the top, and we're going to lower the leg, but don't let your hips move. Shh, everything's glued in treacle. So you can move slower than that, but not faster. Inhale to prepare. Let's float the other side. Squeeze up and hollow first. Hips don't move. 90 degrees. Touch your knee. Let it sink into the hip socket. Lower your shin. Now, keep that angle in the knee as we inhale to prepare. Everything stays nice and tight. To lower back down. So, when we do the second one, we're going to lift one leg and the other one will come to meet it. When that happens, we do a little move called the imprint. So let's just practice an imprint real quick. Inhale to prepare. Squeeze the vajayjay up, belly button to the spine, and move the hips and the ribs 1 inch closer together so your lower back heads towards the floor. It doesn't jam into the floor though, and release back to neutral. Inhale. Squeeze it and hollow and pull those hips towards the ribs. Don't engage your buttocks. Don't jam the lower back. It's just a tiny movement to tighten the abdominals. That's what we do when both legs are in the air. Other than that, we work in neutral spine. All right, join me. Inhale. We're going to lift one leg at a time. Inhale to prepare. Your golden square is set in cement. We squeeze it and hollow and float that leg to 90 degrees. We leave it up there. We inhale. Move to your imprint. Squeeze the pelvic floor and float the second leg to meet it. Are they both sitting into the hip sockets? I hope so. Arms out to the side. I want you to pretend like there's an imaginary beach ball between your knees, and we're going to move both knees in parallel just a couple inches to the side. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze deep and hollow and move both knees 3 or 4 inches to the side and stop. Inhale into your armpit. Squeeze your belly button, your pelvic floor, and glue those hips back to the center, only using your lower abs. Inhale. Squeeze deep and hollow and both legs go 3-4 inches the other way. Inhale into your ribs. Using your vajayjay, your belly button, and squeeze and plant it right down in the center. Just a couple more. Inhale into your ribs. Squeeze deep and hollow. Both knees move in parallel, 3-4 inches, super tiny. Inhale. Squeeze deep and hollow. Glue them back to center. Last time. Inhale. Squeeze deep and hollow and move to the other side. Inhale. Squeeze deep and hollow and back to the center. If you're tired, hug your knees in or join me for one last go. Inhale to prepare. Squeeze deep and hollow and move those knees 3 or 4 inches. As you pause and inhale, option to straighten the top leg to the ceiling. Hold it there, and as you exhale, glue your hips back to center. And fold it back to 90 degrees last time. Inhale to prepare. Squeeze deep and hollow and both knees rotate to the side. Inhale. Option to straighten the top leg towards the ceiling. Hold it there and center your hips again. And hug your knees. So, hopefully this isn't your first session with me because we've advanced quite quickly this week. But when I put it on the Cathlates YouTube channel, you can start with the intro and work your way up as they will get progressively harder. If that felt too easy for you, you can bring your knees a little bit further or extend both legs. So there's always ways in Pilates to make things a little bit more challenging or a little bit less. You can add weights, for instance, and you can always add the band. But we're going to do a little work on our belly right now. I think we've done searching for coral a few times. So right now we're going to do breaststroke to dart. So I'll just demonstrate real quick. We're laying on our mat. Oops, maybe a little bit too far forward. Can you see me? I hope you can see me. With our legs at the outside of our mat and our forehead down. We're going to grow tall like a starfish We're going to come up to our hover, then we'll go to dart. Then we dive forward and swing round back to dart. Now, you don't have to, I know Neil, for instance, was having some lower back issues. Just leave your legs on the floor then and just do the upper body. If you're having neck issues, make sure the neck is not jammed in, but slightly engaged so the back of your neck's long. I'm just going to tilt the laptop so you can see me a wee bit better. Okay. Hopefully you can see me here while we do our breaststroke to dart. Listen to your body. If anything's twingy, always just grab a child's pose and join in later, okay? Sorry, you had to see me pull up my leggings. That's the Easter duck dinner. Okay, so legs are at the outside of the mat. We talked about pulling your belly button up to your spine like somebody's trying to drive a little car underneath you. So that means your pubic bone and your hips are headed towards the floor, forehead on the mat, hands in front of your shoulders. I'm just looking at you guys so that you can hear me, but your forehead is into the mat. Now, we inhale and the arms and legs grow long. They grow out like a starfish. Exhale, squeeze between the shoulder blades and come up to your hover. Chin is tucked in, back of the dome. You don't need to incorporate the legs, but you can. Inhale at the top. Exhale, legs come together and arms come down by the side. Chin is tucked in. This is your dart. Inhale, dive forward and lower the legs down. Exhale, to dart. Your legs don't have to touch, but they do have to pull to the back wall. Inhale, legs lower down, but they don't rest. Arms dive forward and dart. Inhale, legs lower down. Belly button is tight. Everything's tight. And last time. Inhale, dive down. And I lied. I think you've got one more in you. Inhale, dive forward and hold it here. If your lower back hurts, drop the legs. If your whole body hurts, drop your whole body. Or join me as we inhale and lower your feet 3 inches down one thigh. Inhale, return. Exhale, fingertips go down the other thigh. Inhale, return. Hips are stable, belly button tight, and inhale, and other side. Inhale, return. Last time. Fingertips down your thigh. Inhale, return. Fingertips down the other thigh. Inhale, return. Hold it here. Back of the neck long. Toes are being in the string, and just pull both fingers down your thighs to engage those angel wings. Everything's tight. Belly button to the spine. And inhale. And slowly lower down. Whew. Child's pose. I don't know, you should have felt that. That for me is a signature Pilates move. I hope nobody's left because of that, but what it should hopefully be giving you here is that between your shoulder blades. See? We want that nice scapular mobilization, but that muscle there is going to give you great posture as well. So the good news is we just have the side lying series and then we're finished. Yay! Didn't that go fast? So I think we're going to do open books and then the full series. So if you've got a throw pillow, a towel, a sweatshirt, or blocks, put them underneath your head because we have both hands extended in front of us for this one. Now, if you have your stretchy band or a pair of tights, you can hold it between your hands like this, but you don't have to. You just do it. What you do need to do is make sure that your waist is in and it's like it's lifted up in the air. And somebody staked a spike in your hip so they go forward, they don't roll back, okay? To open your book, inhale, slide the top fingers away. Exhale, squeeze the pin hollow and the eye gaze follows your fingertips as you open your book. Hips are forward, eye gaze is back, refuel into your outer armpit. Button your vest. wall. And reach to me, reach. And restack. Do it again. Top fingers slide away. Exhale and open that book. Stop where you feel like you might roll back. Hips need to face me. Inhale, or face forward anyway. Button the vest first. The ribs closing movement. Belly button to the back wall. Knees squeeze together, and then you reach like I'm pulling your fingertips further than they've ever pulled and touch down. You can go slower than me. That's fine, but not faster. Inhale. Slide the fingertips away. You can stop and refuel with a couple of breaths if you like. But trace that rainbow across the ceiling, hips face forward, eye gaze back. Inhale into your outer armpit and ribs to refuel. Close the ribs to initiate the movement. Belly to the wall, knees pressing together, and reach that scapula to touch down further than it's ever touched down before, and release. Now we're going to come in a nice long line from our fingers all the way to our toes. You can keep a sweatshirt or a towel or whatever here or nothing. It doesn't matter, but you may not do this, okay? We need to have the neck in a nice natural line from our fingers all the way to our toes. Then I want you to pull your shoulder down your back. Lift your waist in and up, and then stake your hips into the ground. Boof, one on top of the other. So this is the most advanced here with your hand here. If you need more stability, place it here, and even more stability, bend this leg to 90 degrees. Think about the toe lifting away, not up. Okay, it's just above hip height, but it's like somebody's pulling your toe away towards the wall, not up. Okay, so are we all ready? Inhale, point the toe and lift away. Squeeze up and hollow and use that pelvic floor to flex the toe back towards you and crush a Coke can between your ankles. Inhale, point the toe away, flex, and crush. A couple more. Inhale, point the toe away. Really use the belly button to pull the toe and crush. That one be my dad in Florida. He calls me every time I'm teaching. Crush. Two more. Point that toe. Inhale and lift. Flex. And crush. On this last one, we're going to point the toe. Inhale and it lifts away from us. And then I want you to think about the entire leg becoming a pencil. So I wouldn't say lock, but you're holding your ankle or your knee. The movement comes from the hips as we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way with your circle and keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Flex the foot. You might want to put the hand in front of you. It's going to come in front of you and go pulse, pulse, then keep it all in one plane as you bring it behind you. Flex it forward and we go sniff. Point it all in one plane, just a wee bit behind you. A couple more. Last one. Hold it behind you, slightly behind you. Flex the foot. Tiny pulses from the ankle to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Pull it back an inch and up. Tuck your pelvis under. Pull your heel back. And then up. And one last time if you can. Relax if you like, or pull it back and up, and squeeze and trap the blood in your buttocks. Just try and squeeze the outer buttocks there. Squeeze it and tuck it under. And release. Bend. Rub. Thank you. Thank you, hips. So the great news is we just have one more side and then we're done. If you've got water, feel free to have water at any time. Sorry about that ringing. Start with your open books. I hope I haven't lost you all. It looks like there's some people here. If not, maybe you'll watch back later. Open books on the other side, with or without the band or pantyhose or whatever. You know, we all have to be creative these times. lift weights with water bottles and cans. So we're on our side in sort of a 45-degree angle here. We pull our waist in and up into the air. We've spiked our hips so they're facing forward. And both arms are in front of us, one on top of the other, with or without the band. We're going to inhale and slide the top fingers away, and then exhale. Eye gaze follows the fingertips to open your book. Hips face forward. Inhale into your armpit and outer ribs. Exhale, button the vest. Belly button pulls to the back wall. And then reach to touch down, and then restack. Inhale, slide the top fingers away. Exhale, open your book. Stop and inhale. Exhale, squeeze the ribs, belly button to the spine. Reach the scapula further away, and then restack. You can go slower, no problem. Inhale last time, slide those top fingers away first to extend the scapula, and you eye gaze follows as you paint a pretty rainbow across the ceiling. Hips are forward, eye gaze behind you, refuel. Close the ribs. Close the belly button, squeeze the knees together, and reach like I'm pulling your fingertips. I'm pulling them and stretching them, and restack. And now we just have the final leg series. So nice long line from our fingers all the way to our toes. Usually the palm is pressing into the ground. That comes more into play later. So put your hand in front of you and pull that shoulder away from your ear, rather. Pull the shoulder blade down your back. Waist comes in and up, like something hoisting your waist into the air. And they stake a metal spike through your hips. So your hips are nice and stable. This is the most advanced, but of course you can always put the hand in front of you or even bend the underneath leg for more stability. Pick your poison. We point that toe and it lifts long and away from us as we inhale. Then really feel this muscle here in front of your hip as you flex the toe back towards you and crush a Coke can. Inhale, point the toe and lift, or any soda can. Flex, or anything that's recyclable. Point the toe, inhale and lift. Flex with your pelvic floor and your belly button and crush. And really feel it in your abs. Inhale and point the toe away. Use this muscle like you're pulling the string back towards you. And crush. Inhale and lift. Flex it. Crush. A couple more. Point the toe. Inhale and lift. Flex it. Last one. Point that toe. Inhale and lift, and then your whole leg becomes a pencil. You're drawing tiny circles on the wall using only the hip, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So your ankle was not moving there. Now we flex the foot. You put the hand in front of you. Try and keep the leg all in one plane. As we pulse in front of us, we go sniff, sniff. Point it behind us as you exhale. So it doesn't have to come far forward, but we go. Two more. We go. Belly button tight. We go. Hold it just behind us. Flex the foot. Ankle pulses to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Pull the ankle back an inch and up an inch. Tuck the pelvis under. Pull the ankle back and up if you can. Tuck the belly button tight, pelvis under, and last time, but only if you want. Up and squeeze that outer buttock. Try and trap the blood there and tuck the pelvis under, and everything's tight, and squeeze, release. Bend. Lovely. So I just wanted to do one last exercise with you. I know I said we were done after the sideline series, but if you watch this, you'll see that I do lie. And we've got a few minutes anyway. So we're going to do some helicopters. Now, if you've got tight hammies, like my friend Neil, you might want to sit on a foam block or a throw cushion or a towel. It just gives you a little bit extra for this position. But if you've not got any issues and your legs go flat, you can just sit on the ground, or you can always bend your knees, whatever. But the first thing we're going to do is if the band or the pantyhose, it's really going to help because we're going to lasso one of our toes, but you don't need to, okay? What I want you to do is just turn and face one toe, and I want you to try and draw circles with your ankle. So if you've got bad knees, it doesn't have to sit flat. You can even put the cushion under your knee. But what we're looking for is a smooth circle with our toe in one direction. What you're likely to find is that it's cracking and crunching and not making a smooth circle. So that's where the band or the pantyhose come in, because you can actually use it to try and help the ankle into a circle. Once it's moving smoothly, you can go ahead and reverse the direction. And then, when you find that that's moving smoothly, we're going to face our toe and we're going to roll out over it for a hamstring stretch. Inhale, exhale, drop the chin to the chest, roll down like you did at the beginning, and then send your nose out towards your knee. It doesn't have to be as far as mine, of course. If you've got the band, though, it can help you to pull, or the pantyhose, you can pull back and just get an extra stretch. Your nose is headed towards your knee, go over your knee. Your shoulders, however, are headed in the opposite direction. Inhale, exhale, deepen the stretch. Hands can be on the floor, but your sit bones are firmly grounded. Your pelvic floor is still lifted. Inhale, last time. Deepen that stretch and slowly roll back up. Other leg. Lasso your toe if you've got a band or pantyhose, or you don't have to, but you do want to watch that toe and try and get it to move in a smooth circle. We don't pay enough attention to our ankles, and they do a lot of work for us. They do a lot of work for us, especially when you take it and you're not good at running at all. And when you think you've got a smooth movement, go in the opposite direction. Oh, I can hear that and I can feel that. Ooh, unpleasant. Whew. So pause the video if you need more time on one ankle than the other. But when you're ready, we're just going to do our hamstring stretch. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest, roll the shoulders forward, send the nose towards the knee, and the arms pull back if you've got the band. Your hands can go if you like, but the back is straight and long. The chin is tucked in, like somebody's pulling on your ponytail, but your sit bones are grounded. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, deepen the stretch. Think out, not down. Inhale. Think about sending your nose further forward, your shoulders further back. Oh, and just ease into it. Inhale. And we roll up. Okay. We have to do the middle as well, but time is marching on. So we're just going to do some helicopters. Bring the band behind you. If you don't have a band, you don't need a band. And even if you have a band, this is quite a challenging one, so you might not want to use it, okay? But we come to our T shape like we did at the beginning. If your knees are uncomfortable, you could always bring them in. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Sit nice and tall in your sit bones. Breathe deep and wide into the ribs. Exhale, twist from the ribs like you're twisting air out of a washcloth. Oh, sorry, water out of a washcloth. Inhale and hold and refuel and inhale. Exhale, twist a bit further. Shoulders away from the ears. Sit nice and tall, refuel. Twist last time. And inhale, return. So I should have mentioned, the squeeze in the middle. Wiggle your fingertips. It should be like this the whole time. Your chin is in the middle. You don't look over your shoulder. Other side. Inhale to prepare. Also sit as tall as you can as you twist from the ribs. Stop. Refuel. Nice and tall and twist. Inhale. Pelvic floor tight and twist. Wiggle those fingertips. Can you see them? And inhale, return. If you've got more in you, we're going to do one more to each side, and I promise that's the last exercise. I'm not lying this time. Inhale to prepare. Squeeze the pelvic floor up and twist from the ribs. Stop and inhale. Twist again. Doesn't have to be as far as me. Inhale. Just think about squeezing all the air out of a washcloth. Water, you know what I mean. Last time. Shoulders away from the ears. Don't let them creep up. Inhale. And twist. Stop and inhale. And twist. If you haven't tried the loud breath, try it one time. Breathe out deep and wide. And twist all the air out of you. And return. Release. Yay! Let's go ahead and do a mermaid. This doesn't feel good on your knee. You can put a little pillow underneath your knee. But we're sitting with our fishtail side, hand planted on the rock. We inhale and sweep the hips towards the sky. You don't have to come high. It's just a nice stretch, and it shouldn't hurt. We sit back down. It's not like a yoga mermaid. Those hurt. Inhale, sweep up, but they're really good for you. Do your mermaid. And sit back down. And on the last one, we've got an option to slide the top leg out. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale. Inhale, off to the side, the outside leg long, and press into it to deepen the stretch. But you don't have to. You don't have to do anything except engage your pelvic floor for the full hour. Even if you just sit there on the side and have a rest, even if you just watch it while you're in your chair, if your pelvic floor is lifted, you're doing something. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful mermaids on our rock. Fishtail to the side. Hand right under the shoulder. Sweep the hips towards the sky. Or only if it feels comfortable. And last one. Especially if you've had knee surgery, Claire. Inhale, sweep it up. Stretch the top leg if you like and just push into it. Oh, it feels so good. And we're going to roll to standing. I like to tuck my toes under and put my heels just to wake up my feet, and then I roll onto my toes. But if this doesn't feel good on your knees, don't do it. What you do need to do is roll to standing just like we did at the beginning. Slowly and mindful of each vertebrae. So let's go ahead and shake our heads yes and no. Let all the tension out. One last time. And we take a deep breath in to prepare. Knees are nice and soft. Pelvic floor is lifted. You can walk the fingers if you like, but tuck that pelvis firmly under before we restack any vertebrae weight on it. And then think about each vertebrae finding its home. The shoulders melt down the back and the top of the head rises to the ceiling, nice and tall. And then to end, we're going to take a deep breath in up. Ooh, sorry about the light. And we're going to exhale. It's like I have a halo. Take a deep breath in up. And exhale. Grow an inch taller. Last time, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, the balloons on your head just float you to the ceiling and you grow an inch taller. And give yourself a giant round of applause and a high 10 because we definitely took it up a level this Easter. Happy Easter. Go enjoy your chocolate and count your blessings, and love to everybody. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for watching.